Hey y'all, it's Jess and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Summer House at Martha's Vineyard episode 2. So you guys are in the car headed back to the house from Preston's boat party, yacht party, whatever kind of party you would like to say. I wish I was there. I love me a good boat party and I ain't never been on one. I see them. So I still love them anyway. That's not the point. The point is, so basically Jordan and Jasmine agreed to basically let go and let God do his thing. You know, they're not beefing or whatever, but things are not the same between them, and I didn't expect it to go back to being the same. Okay. But then we over here looking at Nick over here touching Summer.
Nicholas,
this is my hand.
And I'm like, Nicholas, don't you have a girlfriend? And you over here touching on Summer, and he's gonna look at, this is my hand. Who else hand would it be, Nick? Who else? Nick is drunk. Maybe not drunk, but he's tipsy. He's had some alcohol, and he's over here touching Summer, rubbing her or whatever. Anyway, and then in the other car, y'all, they over there talking about sex. They over talking about sex, and Shanice talking about, so she loves the D.
I love sex.
Girl, you know, I can tell. we can tell, Shanice. I'm glad that you love the D, and I'm pretty sure the D loves you as well. So then, let's splash to where Bria and Summer is on the hammock talking. Okay, so Bria talks about how Simon is coming, and I hope that she's nice to him this time, because I feel like Bria has been a little bit mean when we last saw them together last season. And I'm like, Bria, why are you being so mean to your man? This is your man. Your man just want to have a good time. Don't you want to have a good time with your man? But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, he's coming, and I hope she's nice. And then Summer just randomly says, Jasmine's pregnant. And Bria's like, shut up, girl. How do you know? And Summer's like, well, her boobs are swollen. Basically her boobs are boobing, you know? So I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured this is when, this is the season that Jasmine is pregnant. But y'all, Bria says, that's what happens when guys get deployed. They get you pregnant and then they leave. Y'all, I'm like, girl, is that the truth? Is this a thing? Is that a thing? Do you know something that I don't know? That was too funny to me. Come on, somebody. Come on. So then we move on to Amir. He's checking in on Preston because remember, y'all, this is the day of his father's funeral. May his soul rest. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy that Preston, Preston didn't go. Obviously, he's there at the summer house or whatever, but it was kind of like he really didn't have, again, he didn't have that. His father wasn't there, so it's kind of like he didn't have that relationship. So he's like, it sucks, but it's I don't know you kind of thing. It's so Preston in his confessional.
He was like, I didn't raise my child to be gay, and I'm like, well, you didn't raise me at all.
Ooh. I was like, ooh, I know that's right. You better tell him, Preston, but I am still so sorry for your loss, but tell them though, okay? You didn't raise me. You didn't raise me at all, period. So then the girls are in the pool. They're talking about Nick, and they remember Nick said he had a beer for breakfast, and they was talking about his laugh when he's drunk, and I didn't even realize Nick has a laugh. The laugh is it's like that when they was you know that have y'all ever seen Beavis and Butthead? I haven't really seen it like that, but I remember seeing clips of it and hearing somebody do a laugh. I think they both did a ha ha ha, that little laugh. That's what it kind of remind me of, a Beavis and Butthead laugh. I'm like, oh my God, Nick, is that how you out here laughing for real, big dog? He was, because the camera, the editing is shady. They were showing him laughing like that.
How you feeling, huh, new girl?
So moving on, they talk about, or the guys wake Nick, because Nick, he had been drinking, right? Okay. Nick was downstairs, knocked out. He was sleeping, and the guys go down there to wake him up, and then they talk about like the Summer and Alex sitchy and a situation. I say sitchy, and Amir feels like Summer is in love with Alex because she was very upset that she didn't get invited to the event. I didn't take it as her being in love, but then again, who knows? She could be like one of those that's like, you know, not in love, but like, I done had the D chose me, and I'm like, hello, what about me? She's kind of like that territorial kind of thing, you know? Maybe that's her thing, maybe it's not, I don't know, but I don't think it's just she's in love. I just think that they didn't, like she said, you've been inside of me, so we have a connection, and I expect to be at everything that you throw. So Alex feels like early on he knew that this wasn't it. He knew that this, like, the thing between him and Summer, it was not it. Okay, because of the picture sitchy. The picture when Summer took a picture of him when they were out and she sent it to Jasmine. I still don't understand that. It's not for me to understand whatever Summer thought, and she was like, I'm gonna do this. I rock with you. I rock with it, but I don't rock with it. Because to me, it's like, this is our first time hanging out. I guess she wanted to be like, oh my God, see, Jasmine, like, I told you, like, we're hanging out. Oh, yay, all the other good stuff. I just never took a picture of the dude I'm hanging out with and sent it to one of my friends. I don't, and I will not. But if that's your thing, Summer girl, do your thing, big baby. So yeah, so the photo thing was creepy, and he felt like he couldn't trust her. And honestly, I kind of understand that. I feel like it was creepy. And to me, if you're not my man, I don't feel like it's okay to take a picture of me, because I'm be like, why are you taking a picture of me? Like, what are you gonna do with this picture? You know, I think if it was like a, hey Alex, take a picture, say cheese or something like that, if it's showing like our outing, but I'm not sending it to nobody, okay? But that's just me. That's my thing, okay? Not Summer's, but mine. So Nick, okay, y'all, this was really interesting to me because Nick was like, as if he can rebeat. I was like, rebeat? I thought he was saying repeat. So I'm like, what the heck is a rebeat? So basically it means being intimate with someone again. Like, you already beat it up, but now you're gonna go back and beat it up again, okay? A second time, a third time, a fourth time, how many ever other times? So a rebeat. I'm like, oh snap, that's a new word for me. Because this whole rebeat thing, I was like, what the heck is that? I'm gonna use that though. I am gonna use that word one day. One day I will use it. So then we're moving on to the Decades Night. And I love this night. I thought it was like a really cool creative thing that Noelle hosted. I was like, oh, a Decades Night, that sounds so fun. It's so cool. So people came in like their different, different decades. They came dressed up. Except for one person, in my opinion, but we'll get to her in just a second. So Jasmine came as basically herself. I guess you could say two people, because she was I'll say as herself in the 1950s, because she came as a 1950s housewife. Basically herself, but just in the 1950s. And I mean, she looked cute. Oh crap, my knee, y'all. I sound so old when I say that. My knee. Anyway, but she looked cute though, and I was like, you don't want to be nobody else from the 1950s. Okay, all right. I mean, hey girl, do you think, big baby? Moving on. So we see Preston. He's a character from the 1990s movie Juice. Please do not revoke my black cord when I say this, okay? I have not seen the movie Juice. I have not. I've seen clips of it though. I've seen clips of it, but have I seen the actual movie, sat down and watched it? I have not. So, but I think Preston did a great job. I was like, I like that. I think you did. I think you did well. Good job. Moving on to Summer. Summer was dressed as a 1970s flower child, and it kind of fit her, in my opinion. I was like, oh my gosh, she looks just like a little hippie person, like a little flower child hippie person. I was like, that looks like you. It was cool. Nick came as Arthur Ashe. Honestly, I thought Nick was just looking like himself. And then he was like, but nobody knew who Arthur Ashe was. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't know who Arthur Ashe was. I've heard that name. I feel like I've heard that name, but I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know who he was either. I did not know. And I'm embarrassed to say it, but I'm actually not embarrassed to say because I did not know. Anyway, so Bria, oh my gosh, and I didn't even think about this, but Bria was like, she Googled him and she said that Nick looks like him. And I was like, oh my God. And he do look like him. They look similar. So, you know, I'm like, Nick, you might want to see if you relate to Arthur Ashe some kind of way. I know you look up to this man. I think that's wonderful. But they do favor. That's crazy though. So then, this is who I was talking about earlier. Shanice. Oh, good old time, Shanice. Shanice is basically, her decade is basic. Yep. I was like, okay. All right. But then it makes a lot of sense I feel like it makes sense knowing what I know now as the episode went on. So we'll get into that in just a bit. But yeah, I was like, she came as basic. How basic can you get? I don't think it gets no lower than basic. So yeah, Bria said it's giving working girl, y'all. I was like, no, she didn't say that. And Shanice was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. Girl, did you not know what she meant? She didn't know what she meant. I guess she thought she meant like, yeah, I'm a working girl. You know, this is what I do. I'll be out here making this money. I'll be out here grinding. But she know what she meant. And then when they finally told her, and Noelle was like, I didn't know what was funnier. She over here talking about something, yeah, I'm a working girl, or, you know, she didn't know what it meant. It was hilarious, though. I kind of choked a little bit at, you know, myself. So Bria's up next. Bria was a 2000 rapper, and I ain't gonna lie, Bria had little bars there. I liked her outfit. I was like, okay, it's J-Lo vibes. Okay, girl, all right, I see you, Bria. I see you, Brie. Amir was 2010's Nick. Y'all, I was like, no, he didn't. But he looked just like, dressed like Nick and everything. That was definitely Nick. Or was it Arthur Ashe? It was Nick, though. I'm just trying to make a funny. But anyway, Preston ended up winning, and I'm glad they gave him the title. But even though I feel like everybody, most of the people did a pretty good job on their costume and stuff. Noelle looked cute, too. Y'all know I love me some Noelle. That girl right there, she's like my top fave on this show. But yeah, I think they did a great job. Now we're gonna get into the juicy part, okay? So meanwhile, Shanice is over there and flashing in the kitchen and all the other good stuff, and she's drinking. Everybody, just vibing. So then they all gather for a game, and Shanice is over there trying to encourage people to take a shot. They're really not feeling it. They keep saying they're gonna take a sip of their drink or whatever, but nobody really want to take oh my God, I'm gonna drop my water bottle. Nobody really want to take a shot, and I can understand that, because not every time, like, it's not shot o'clock all the time, okay? Not in my book, not in my house. But for Shanice, it's always shot o'clock. Shanice o'clock. Okay, girl, we get it. You want to take your shot. Take your shot, girl. Take one for all of us. Take one for the team, okay? But leave me out of it. So she decides to just make 8 shots anyway. And after being told no, she's like, I'm going to make them anyway. Okay, girl. All right. Well, you're going to take all 8 of them by yourself, okay? So then while she's in the kitchen fixing the shots and stuff, they're playing like the question game or whatever. And one of the questions was asked was, who's the worst dresser in the group? I didn't think this question would cause so much tension. I didn't think it would cause a lot of, not even just like, not drama, but I didn't think it would cause like some thick air. But apparently Summer, like, the question wasn't asked to Summer, but Summer decided to answer it. And she said,
I would say she.
Okay. And Noelle is like, ooh, ain't that your friend? You gonna say that? You gonna say your friend is like the worst dresser? Honestly, I thought all of y'all were friends, honestly. If somebody was gonna get named it, and apparently it's Shanice. So, yeah. So Shanice is like, who said that I'm the worst dressed? Like, I'm the worst dresser? And they're like, yeah. And Shanice is hurt, okay? She does not like that she was voted the worst dresser. And she says, like, I'm the realest one. Meanwhile, y'all out here wearing fake SH hard IT. She ain't feeling it, okay? She leaves to go to the bathroom to cry about it. And honestly, I ain't gonna lie. So if somebody ever voted me worst dresser, I ain't gonna lie, my feelings would be hurt though. And especially if it came from one of my friends, I'm be like, this whole time you felt like I was the worst. I couldn't dress, and you ain't try to help a sister out, and I'm supposed to be your bestie, your sister, your friend. What, girl? I ain't gonna lie though, because that's like being voted the worst at something is like, ugh. That's not cool. Nobody wants to be voted the worst at nothing. So yeah, Shanice goes to cry. She's very upset, and Bria, like, you know, they continue on. They're like, oh, Shanice, but it was Preston's comment that did it for me.
No, my shit's fake too.
I know that's right. He was trying to make light of the situation. He was like, oh yeah, my stuff fake. But yeah, so they continue on while she goes and she cries, but Bria goes to check on her. Bria and Milo, let's not forget little Milo, the house dog, goes to check on her, and Shanice like tells her she didn't have money to buy clothes. Because she was, well, first Shanice was like, who said that? And Bria was like, Summer. Is Summer said that? She knows my situation. Basically, Shanice got fired. So like she didn't have money to buy clothes because she got fired. She had a job in she had a job in Phoenix, and then her job transferred her to Tampa, and she got fired. I don't know where she got fired from. Like, why did she get fired? What happened? And so she said Summer knows that. So apparently her and Summer had this conversation, and Summer knows, like, this is why I don't have money, but the trip was already pre-planned, so, you know, I'm here, but I don't have money for a lot of things. And I understand that. Trust and believe. I understand how she feels. We've been there before. Oh, I can't say we all been there before, but it's sometimes like when stuff happens, you got to cut back, and I get it. Yeah, so, you know, she tells Bria about that, and meanwhile, Jordan, like the other friends of the group are downstairs. The group is downstairs, and they're kind of talking about it. It was like, oh my God, is she really hurt? Jordan said, I didn't think it was that deep, and I'm like. Now, here's my thing about that. I hate when people say, well, I don't feel like it's that deep. Well, if it may not be deep to you, but it's deep to me, okay? It's something like I don't like, and it's deep to me. It's not you. You wasn't voted worst dress. So, of course, you're going to feel like, oh, I don't feel like it's that deep. Well, it's deep to me. Now, let me be, okay? So Noelle says she feels it was shady because she said she would never say anything she wouldn't say that about her friend. And I hope you wouldn't. I hope you wouldn't. I want my friends to say that about me. If my friend ever feels like I'm the worst dressed, if I can't dress, help me. Like I said, help me. Okay. But in the confessional booth, Noelle and Summer is talking about Shanice's style, saying that she's always seen her in a top and shorts. And I mean, I guess Summer is saying like that's basically not style. Like that's basic. Like you're always in a top and shorts. That's it. And she's like, well, maybe my delivery is me. I mean. It's funny that they say like maybe it was the maybe it was the delivery. I mean, what was the delivery? I mean, all she did, somebody asked a question and she just said Shanice. That's not a delivery. You literally just said your friend is the worst dresser. So, but anyway, so we'll go back. Let's go back to the house where Summer is trying to make Shanice feel better. Because Shanice is coming back downstairs, and Summer's like, hey, you know, what's going on? Like, why did you leave? And stuff like that. And Shanice is like, you know, basically, I didn't like that you said I was the worst dressed. And Shanice was like, or Summer was like, well, maybe Amir is worst dressed or whatever. And Preston was like, girl, just stop talking now. Everybody gonna be worst dressed. Okay. And so I was like, Shanice, like, she just, or someone kept saying, like, oh, well, maybe such is a worst dress. Oh, Amir is a worst dress. Like, girl, everybody can't be, we all worst dress. At this point, I'm gonna just say everybody. Who's the worst dressed? Everybody. Okay. So then they start dancing. They have a good time. And Shanice was like, give me a good song and I'm great. I forget about it. Let's go and have some fun. Okay. So then like, they all dancing and Nick just looking. Nick is over there just having, he's enjoying, everybody's enjoying themselves, Nick looking. And Amir is texting Nat, aka Natalie, but I'm gonna call her Nat. Texting Nat. And he sends her this text that says like, what do I eat now, babe? And Nat felt like it was meant for somebody else. Honestly, I thought he was being freaky. I thought it was like he meant he was gonna, meant eating her. I was like, ooh, my mind went to the gutter girl, get out. I am not a gutter rat. And it was so funny to me because she was like, basically it was like these text messages coming in back to back, like, who's this for? And this doesn't sound, all that stuff. And so he excuses himself, goes downstairs to talk to her. And she was like, it just didn't sound, it just sounded, I guess, like, basically it sounded random to her. Like, this wasn't for me, this was for somebody else. Like, what are you talking about? He was like, it just sounds very accusatory. And to me, it kind of didn't, because I can understand, like, what does she mean? It was like a random, like, what do I eat now, babe? Like, huh? What are you even talking about? Where is this randomness coming from? Because I can see why she feels like, oh, this isn't for me. Like, what are you talking about? I don't think that's fair for him to say. It was sounded very accusatory. But then he goes on to explain like all the girls are dancing and it's not his thing since he has a girlfriend. But Nick, on the other hand, is enjoying himself. And if Amir feels like that's not good for him and Tasia. And Nat was like, thank you for basically, I appreciate you for stepping aside and, not, I guess, like looking at all the girls and touching them and stuff like that. And honestly, I can like how Nick is, like, he's very like handsy when he drinks. I wouldn't want my man to do that. Okay. I get where Amir is coming from with that. Like, nah, I got a girl. I'm not going to be looking at y'all like that. I'm not going to be touching y'all. This is just me. I appreciate him for doing that. I really do. Nick, on the other hand, sir, I'm going to need you to keep your hands to yourself. The next morning, everyone's in the kitchen and Shanice is, she's talking about how she was sexting and sending people nudes and stuff. And I'm like, okay. It's like she sent her favorite nudes to her favorite men and then like basic ones to everyone else. And I'm like, girl, Shanice, are you okay? Like, I understand that you lost your job. And it's very hard on people. Okay. Listen, I've lost a job before one time and it is very hard on you. I was depressed. So I get that. However, Shanice, I feel like she's drowning her. But you know what? But this could be, I don't know Shanice out. I don't know Shanice at all. I know her from what I see on TV. However, I see what I'm seeing now. I don't know. This is just if it's because she's on vacation that she's drinking a lot and just trying to drown out her sorrows and her pain. But it's a little concerning to me. But maybe this is just like, oh, I'm on vacation. This is what I do. So maybe that's just it. So then Noelle and Nick is playing chess. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, Noelle goes out to New York on Saturday sometimes and play chess for 3 hours. I think that's really dope. I actually wanted to learn how to play chess. I just love this girl. I'm like, girl, you over there playing chess. I've always wanted to learn how to play chess. And she's over there playing with Nick and stuff. But I guess apparently she over there losing because she was like, we got to start over. So anyway. So this is one of the things that I kind of really enjoyed watching. I enjoyed watching Jordan be vulnerable about her alopecia. And, as a Black woman, my mom she has alopecia and my mom is bald. Like, hair doesn't grow anywhere, okay? But there's different types of alopecia and alopecia, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. But I liked seeing that moment where she opened up about it, because as a Black woman, like, I know we always say, like, the song, I am not my hair, but I love my hair. Okay. My hair, this is my crown. I know for me, I love my hair. I do. So I can understand, like, I can see like why she's struggling with this, because she said she had got a relaxer and she did a shoot. Like, she was already losing hair, right? But then when she was doing a shoot, they made her get a relaxer, and it just took more. I was like, oh my God, it was like the spots. Oh, it was, honestly, I felt her, and I felt pain. I felt the pain for her. It's just, it's really sad. I pray that she's able to, you know, get through this, because that it's a heartbreaking thing. I will say that. So moving on. So, okay, everybody's going to their own respectable activity. So some people are going to brunch, and some are going to the gym. Anyway, so they're getting ready and stuff. And Summer has a nerve to come up there and ask Shanice, like, for a sweater, because she can wear it. She's like, do you have a sweater, or like something I can wear? And Shanice is like, don't ask me, worst dresser. I know that's right, because I would have threw that right back off. Like, you got some nerve to come up here and ask me for a sweater, knowing that you done told me I'm the worst dresser. You want to wear the worst dress clothes? Girl, make it make sense. Make it make a lot of sense. That was so funny. I would have probably threw it back at her too. But they laughed about it or whatever. But I know Shanice was like, for real. No. So then they're like in the car. So let's talk about the car chronicles with the brunch crew, okay? So they're over there talking about Nick, and how Jordan says, like, Nick be all up on her. And someone was like, yeah, same thing. Like, Nick be on me, like, when he drinks. But this is only, like, when he drinks, he gets, like, really flirty. So then it's like Preston was saying that he told Nick, I think you want to break up with Tasia, because, like, you're basically out here disrespecting her. Okay, you over here flirting with her, touching on her, flirting and touching and flirting. So it doesn't seem like you want to be in this relationship, and they feel like he's not happy in that relationship. I don't know now. I don't know if he's happy or not. I only see what I see on this TV. But if he ain't happy, he gonna have to let it be. Because I remember last season, I think he was having a thing for Shanice, wasn't it? Wasn't it a thing for Shanice? And you got a whole girl. Like, we didn't even know that he had a girlfriend until later on. He never said nothing, not once. And I think it was on the playback that they said, I forgot who it was that was talking to Tasia, saying, we didn't even know about you. Now, my man's friend came up to me and said, I didn't know anything about you. I'm going to be looking at him like, you didn't know what? You didn't know what? You didn't know about me. But then again, Tasia could be out there doing her own thing too. Let me stop. I don't know this girl from a can of paint. I don't know him. But all I know is that he handsy. He be flirting when he get alcohol in his system. Okay. And Summer was like, you know, if he want to be an F boy, if that's what he want, let him do his thing. Let him be an F boy. Okay. I'm like, girl, everybody an F boy. But anyway, so then the gym crew, they at the gym or whatever, and they go to they at this lady's house. It's this lady's house, but she has like a gym downstairs or whatever. And she was like, my kids are sleeping upstairs. I'm like, oh my God, this is actually her house. Cool. And so then they're talking to her, and Shanice mentions that her trainer is her therapist, and gym is like therapy or whatever. I honestly feel like Shanice should go get therapy. I feel like because she's dealing with, you know, that stuff without her job, it doesn't hurt to go and talk to somebody. So I say go talk to somebody and continue to work out. But, you know, whatever works for you. So then it's like both crews, they start to talk about the Shanice and Summer sitchy. So they talk about that. And with the brunch crew, Jordan feels like they don't know if Shanice is like upset about something until it reached this huge thing. And they feel like she does like this dramatic thing where she felt like it was dramatic of Shanice to leave. And Preston says it's like more like a theatrical. And I'm like, how y'all gonna sit up here and say that it's dramatic for her to leave? Like, I don't think it got to the point. Again, they know her more than I do, you know. But I don't think it got to the point. Like, Jordan saying that she feels like it reaches until, like, they don't know if she's upset about something until it reaches this huge thing. She clearly showed that she was upset. I think Shanice was cool. She was chilling, vibing with everybody, you know. She wasn't really doing anything. I mean, she was just being Shanice. And then when she heard that she got worse dressed, she got upset. Yeah. So, and to say like she was dramatic to leave, what did you want her to do? Just be like, when she's upset, just sit there? And then I'm going to exit stage left, and I'm going to go and I'm going to cry about it privately. Okay. I didn't like that. But then again, I could be looking and reading into it wrong. But then again, I could not, you know. So to say that it was very dramatic of her to like walk out to go and cry, or I guess she meant by, she was saying, because she said it's not that deep. It's not deep for you. Again, this goes back to like, you can't tell me what's deep and what's not deep for me. Okay. So then we go to the gym crew where Amir is asking Shanice how she feels about last night, and Shanice is feeling like, you know, it was just weird for her to mention the name and the nerve for her to ask for the sweater this morning. She was like, that's not cool. Like, how you gonna sit up here and say I'm the worst dressed, but then you're gonna come ask me for a sweater? That doesn't make any sense to me. And Shanice feels like Summer is jealous of her, and because she was saying like, and they was in Jamaica, Shanice told Summer about the status men that she dates, and Summer is like, how do you date them? What you mean? Because I would have looked at Summer like, what do you mean? How do I date these people? Do you not see me? Hello? What do you mean? How do I date these people? So Shanice feels like Summer is kind of like bullying her. And in Alex's confessional, he like is saying like, you know, I never looked at it like that. But yeah, it is kind of giving mean girl energy. Dang, Summer. Not you giving off mean girl energy. So then Preston talks about, going back to the brunch crew, Preston talks about like if you're in your feelings, like tell them or whatever. And Summer feels like she doesn't show emotions. And I can say the same for Summer, you know. I can say the same for Summer, because honestly, I feel like, okay, I'll say this. I feel like to say that Shanice doesn't show emotion, Summer really didn't show. I mean, she showed emotion, but she's not really, I don't feel like she's being honest with her emotions. Like when it comes to the whole Alex situation, honestly, I don't feel like she's being honest about that. So it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black, you know? And so Summer also goes on to say like they've never had an intimate conversation, but I'm like, well, Shanice is saying that she told you about her situation. That's an intimate conversation. To me, it's an intimate conversation. You knew about her situation. Okay? I don't think Shanice is going around and telling the whole world. I mean, well, she just kind of told all of us. But I think that was an intimate conversation they had. And then she showing you like the men that she's dating. That's intimate. So how can you sit up here and say that y'all never had intimate conversations? So that's kind of interesting to say that to me. Switching gears. So Preston asked us how, ask us, not us. Preston asked Summer, how was Alex in bed? Y'all. So Summer says it's like, she likes passion, okay? Summer says it's not passionate for her, but he's a great kisser. And that says a lot without saying a lot. Okay. I'm like, ooh, so you're trying to say like the D isn't D? It's not there. It's like that, you know, like, ooh. But then Alex gets asked the same question by the producer, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to answer that. I'm like, okay, what is happening here? Because the way that she was like kind of coming off, you would think the D was like, whew. Mwah, chef's kiss. This is what I don't understand. So apparently Noelle didn't hear like the whole dinner table comment by Alex. Not by Alex, by Summer. When Summer told Noelle, when Summer told Alex, basically him being, you didn't invite the person that you was inside of. How did you not hear it? I'm with them like, how did you not hear that? I thought she did, unless, you know, editing, of course, because she was pouring it up. And everybody's face was like, oh, and I'm like, girl, what were you over there doing? Were you not paying attention? Girl, was the food that good? Was it bang-ganging? Was it banging like that where you didn't hear them say something like that? Because, y'all, I would have heard that. Mouth would have dropped wide open. If I had food in my mouth, probably would have dropped out my mouth. So Summer told Noelle something different. And they supposed to be besties. Like, basically, she said that Noelle said that Summer said that she wasn't checking for Alex in that way. Huh. Interesting. So, basically, y'all supposed to be the coolest of the coolest of the coolest. And you didn't even tell your homegirl that y'all did this and that together? And you just pushing her off of y'all? And that's why I'm like, huh. Well, how close do y'all really think y'all are? I don't know. But maybe she's like, that's not her business. I don't have to tell her all of that. That's fine. You're not obligated to. You're really not. But, I mean, if it's like, if you knew this person's my type and, I might want to pursue this person and you didn't pursue him, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. But I wouldn't be trying to pursue that person. That's just my opinion. But anyway. So we go back to the house and Noelle and Summer are chit-chatting about Mr. Alex, okay? And Noelle tells her, they in their room talking or whatever. Noelle is like, B-I-T hard C-H. You did not tell me that y'all went all the way. And Noelle is like, I'ma just, and Summer's like, well, yeah, and Noelle's like, I'm just be mindful. Summer's like, do what you want to do, girl. I feel like I don't have to. Summer feels like she don't owe her an explanation of what she do when she hang out with the person. And Noelle is irritated that she didn't because she wants to pursue the person she hung out with. And I'm like, girl, now, I think as our friend, she's like, no, I'm not, you didn't, he was all up in your pretty girl. And girl, as your friend, I'm not going to do that because he was all up in your pretty girl, And I understand that. I definitely could understand that. So I ain't mad at Noelle about that. So, but for Summer to be like, how you going to be irritated? Basically, she kind of, in my opinion, she kind of said, how you going to be irritated with me that I didn't tell you about what we did and you the one trying to pursue him and you supposed to be my friend. But you the one that said that it was okay for her to, right? So, I don't know. They just over here confusing. They confusing me. So then the guys are down there talking, right? And Preston asked Nick if he noticed that he gets handsy with some of the ladies. And Nick was like, oh no, I don't be touching nobody. Preston's like, I'm gonna just walk away. I am going to walk away. And so Preston in the mirror tell him like, yeah, you do, bro. You be getting real handsies and stuff like that. And Amira says, like, your actions can be interpreted as a F-boy. Ooh. Nick is like, oh, heck no. So, and so they feel like Tasia might not like it. And Summer and Jordan may come to talk to him about that. And so Nick goes to them. He's like, let me just go basically nip this thing in the bud. So Summer and Jordan are in the bed. And, Nick goes to them and he was like, basically asking like, do y'all feel uncomfortable? Am I making y'all feel uncomfortable or whatever? And then Jordan says like, yeah, you do get handsy. So that's where they left off at. They left off at on episode 2. So yeah, that was a pretty cool little episode. And that's the so next time we'll see them talking about more likely to open up with Nick talking about, and Jordan and Summer talking about how he's so handsy, hands on, press on with with them or whatever. And I know he probably don't mean any harm, but sir, you have a girlfriend. I need you to like respect that, okay? Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.